Hello and welcome to Melomaniax, the podcast where we take unbiased deep dives into the biggest musicians and bands of all time. I'm your host, Ashton.
And I'm Dallas. Today we are continuing our trek, or rather returning to our trek through the music of the decades. We are on the 2000s, part 3. Before we do that, I wanted to let you guys know to please take a quick second and subscribe and rate on YouTube if you're on YouTube. Give us a follow on our socials on Instagram and TikTok. That's at Melomaniax Podcast. Head on over to our website, melomaniax.com, to get a link to our Patreon, where we have a few different cool options for you there, all under one $5 a month tier. And please give us a rating wherever you're listening to this podcast, whether that's Apple Music or Spotify or whatever. So, with that out of the way, we need to dive into 2004, where we left off. We're going to try to get through that and 2005 today. These decades of music are obviously getting more robust, so we're trying to split them up so we're not just basically, reading off a screen like a machine gun. We want to give a little bit of time to it, but obviously, as more time goes by, more music comes out, so we have a lot more to deal with.
Yeah, I think if we were to do all the 2000s in one podcast, it would be like a 14-hour shift.
Like a 7-hour episode. Yeah.
If we were to truly talk about everything. But I want to say, I believe 2001 is, if I remember correctly, is our winner thus far, or at least leading the pack.
Let me pull it up.
If I think
2002.
It was 2002. Okay, so 2002 is at the head of the race right now.
We're gonna see if we can beat it today with 2004 or 2005. So we're in 2004, January. What here is drawing your eye? Not a lot. One thing that drew my eye, Sia, Color the Small One, January 19th, 2004. I did not realize she was releasing music that early. She didn't really achieve mainstream success until like the 2010s. So that's crazy. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I didn't realize that.
Color the Small One is the third album by Australian singer. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's got Elastic Heart and a bunch of stuff from the 2010s that was really famous. But
so I wonder if more so like it was just released in Australia and didn't start getting released internationally for a while. That could also be a thing.
I don't know. We'll have to do an episode on her at some point. She's got a lot of hits, and she's a big songwriter too that writes a lot of hits for other people.
Oh, those are always the best people.
What else do we see here? Ghost.
There are an increasingly large amount of bands that I have never heard of.
Yes, yeah. Coach Whips, 10,000 Maniacs, Phantomas, Ivy Queen,
Firewater, The Gathering. Yeah, tons of music. And I'm sure there's someone out there that's going to listen like, how have you never heard of? Well, it's hard to encounter every single artist, every genre. As much as we try, though, we do try and expand our interests.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean we don't like them,
Yeah, we're just unfamiliar at the time. I've heard of the Dead Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys here.
Yeah, I was like, I know that name.
Live album punk band. I think they're New York punk too.
Yes, so the box
San Francisco.
set. I don't really like to count like the box set, so the compilation stuff. That's just. I'll always and forever see that as the record label. Like, can we squeeze any more money out of this band? Like, at all.
Yep.
So that's just kind of how I view that. Oh, here's an Incubus album. Let's see. A Crow Left Murder.
Oh, there's a good, really good Five for Fighting album. The Battle for Everything. That's a really good album.
I don't know if I'm familiar with them.
And I believe Five for Fighting is one of those bands that's just one guy. Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's just one dude.
He's kind of like the Fray, the Script, like that vibe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Really, really good. He's got one song that I really love. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Oh, we got
this album though.
We got a Kenny Chesney album that debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. When the Sun Goes Down. Pretty good.
Okay.
Good. Not bad. Courtney Love.
That's huge.
Okay, interesting. Debut studio album by Courtney Love. Okay.
Isn't this the year? Oh, no. He died in 94, didn't he? Not 2004.
Yeah, it took it that long.
Kurt Cobain.
Debut Album by Kanye West, The College Dropout.
That's really big. And
That's
Kylie
big.
Minogue, her 9th though. Nora Jones, Feels Like Home.
Let's see. Compilation albums, skipping over those.
Damage Plan, that's the band that kind of came after Pantera with some of the same members. It was their first and last album. Of course, Dimebag Dies, I think later this year in 2004 in December. So that's pretty sad. Cool album though, heavy. And we'll get more into that when we do a Pantera episode because they kind of fit into that. They definitely don't warrant their own episode.
They'll just be included in that one.
It'll be all, like an epilogue to Pantera, yeah.
Gotcha. Ooh, that'll be cool to kind of dive into that as well.
House of Pain and Everlast.
I see that.
Together.
How do you, with all your...
How about Shoo Shoo?
I was just about to say, with all your Dynasty Warriors, you want to take a stab at that pronunciation?
Yeah, Shoo Shoo. X-I-U, X-I-U. I think that's right.
I believe so. We need
Don't trust me, though.
Real quick, music on Dynasty Warriors just shreds, dude.
So good. Yeah. It's so hard to find, dude. It's so hard to find.
I don't even know who wrote it, who did it.
Albums of it. I have no idea. Never been able to find out who did it. Nothing. It's just like shred guitar while you go just like destroy enemies for hours.
Yeah, it's just a hack and slash with just shredding guitar in the background. And when's the last time a Dynasty Warriors
guitar harmonies?
Yeah, I wonder when the last time a Dynasty Warriors came out. Probably somewhat recently, but they just kind of recycle the same thing because it's like it's based on the story, so you can't really change a whole lot about the history and the story written.
Okay, the guy's name is Masa.
Masa?
His real name is Masato Koki. I don't know how you say it. I'm not good at that, but Masa is what he goes by.
Okay.
Apparently 2 years ago he was retiring from Koei Tecmo.
That's the company that the game company, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I am moving down, kind of getting looks like I'm at the end of February, moving into March. CeeLo Green. Which album of this is his second studio album. Okay. Named CeeLo Green is the Soul Machine.
How nice All right. That's killer. How about Kids Bop 5?
Yeah, I saw that. I was wondering if you would bring that up. Oh, there's a Cannibal Corpse album too.
And then Lord, not the Kids cover. Bop per se, but we also have Orgy.
Oh.
And that's not Kids Bop friendly.
Dude.
JC Chasez, however you say it, he's one of the NSYNC guys.
Oh, that's his
debut. He's got a solo album called Schizophrenic, yeah. John Frusciante, we get one of his solo albums. His music's weird and honestly not good. But you can really see how he needs the Chili Peppers to shine. Because if he's just given all the reins, it's off to the races. It's like fully experimental, weird stuff.
I'm sorry, but Flea and Chad Smith are that band. Like, and more specifically,
Doobie Doo in the Whoopie, California. You need a little bit of that too.
Yeah, that is like, yeah, he's got the lyric and the singing down for that style, but like very not poppy, but kind of just like the kind of quick rap like hip hoppy kind of vocals over the funk. Dude, look at that Cannibal Corpse album artwork.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. They never disappoint. We get Cannibal Corpse, The Wretched Spawn.
Never disappoint.
Yeah, they never disappoint.
Yeah, it's always something like that.
There it is. There's CeeLo Green.
Yep, we had
the Decemberists. Tesla still doing stuff. Wow. The 5th. Oh, it's after a 6-year hiatus though.
Dude, it's always surprising seeing like old 80s and bands and like just older groups that just like randomly show up with an album in the early 2000s. There's so many of them.
Yeah. And I've listened to a lot of them, and they should have not done it. Deerhoof. Milkman.
Jeez, what genre is that? What is that album artwork, and why was it made on paint?
Yeah, that's very odd. I have to hear this.
Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a concept album based on a character created by Japanese artist Okay, so that is the
No,
character.
it
No.
says it is something of a concept album.
Oh, something of a.
What does that mean?
I didn't know
You can tell
I,
the guy himself wrote it.
I didn't know there was an in between for a concept album and not.
He's one of those guys that's like, God, it's hard to describe what we sound like. We sound like a little bit, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
My favorite ever thing of that is when in Parks and Rec they ask Andy, "Oh, what kind of music does your band play?" And he does the typical like up your ass musician move where he's like, "Oh, it's really hard to pin down. It's like a little bit of like Matchbox 20 and like a little bit of, he names a few bands, and then there's a pause and Ben just goes, so rock."
And yeah.
He's like, it's just hard to. It's like, no, it's rock. Just say that.
I think one of those bands that he lists is Dave Matthews Band. I want to say it's like
that's right.
20 Dave Matthews Band.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
We got him.
See a
Raging Speedhorn.
Godsmack EP. I didn't even know.
Oh, they're from Corby. That's funny. That's right
EPs.
where my wife's from, kind of.
Oh, really? Nice. Ooh, George Michael. Patience. 5th and final studio album by George Michael. I see.
Uh-oh. Godsmack the Other Side. That's a cool one, right? If I remember. Nope, maybe not. It's not the one I was thinking of.
Well, that's an EP, so I assume they're going to have an album dropping somewhat after.
Oh, dude.
Soon after that. Oh, I think we just saw the same
Usher.
thing. Yeah, Confessions, a big one.
That's pretty big.
That is pretty big. Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits?
Oh, I didn't realize that came out this year. That's cool.
Yeah,
there was some controversy with this album. Yeah, it was released by Geffen in part because of the delay in Chinese democracy, and the album was the greatest hits were subject to lawsuits by band member Axl Rose and former band members in an attempt to block its release due to its track listing.
Oh.
Basically, I can't remember if the label or Axl or some combination thereof basically just chose the greatest hits for this album, which is why when you look at it, you're like, what is this? Like some of them are greatest hits, and then some of them are like, that wasn't anywhere near a greatest hit.
Yeah, I'm pulling it up. So,
like, Ain't It Fun's on there? And it's like, what? That's a cover of a punk song from the Spaghetti Incident. Like, what are you talking about?
Another cover, Sympathy for the Devil on there. That one is
it's
good,
really
though.
The last few.
Yeah, I see
the
that.
last few are not really, and like Live and Let Die. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't put any covers on my greatest hits. Although
there's a lot of
with
covers.
The exception being
this
Knocking
one.
on Heaven's Door. Yeah.
Yeah, that one is a.
And Live and Let Die, you can make that argument as well. Yesterday's one of my favorite songs. Not a greatest hit at all. Nobody knows this song. It shouldn't be on this. Ain't It Fun? Absolutely no business being here. Since I Don't Have You, even less business being on there. And then Sympathy for the Devil, they recorded at the very end. It's an original song. It's not on any other album. Not an original song as in they wrote it.
Yeah.
It's obviously a Rolling Stones cover, but it's it's not on any other of their albums. It was created, I guess, for this.
I'm not gonna lie though.
It's also
I like
Slash.
this.
In Slash's book, he describes it as the sound of a band breaking up. If you go listen to that album or that song, which I don't hear that because it sounds awesome, but I guess he hears it differently because he was there.
I like the song Yesterday's a lot, but that's just because I know it from you.
Love that song. So
great song. But I'm not gonna lie, I actually think the list on that album is pretty good overall.
It's got, the first, it's like, 60-70% like it makes sense, but they left off like Night Train, Mr. Brownstone.
I was gonna say I see a lack of
Queen,
Mr. Brown,
like massive songs that they've played every single show in favor of some of these songs that they've never played.
Yeah, I was literally gonna say that like Mr. Brownstone and Rocket Queen aren't on here, which is kind of interesting.
I think there's only 2 or 3 songs from Appetite on there. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm back to our list. A few down from there, Mad Villainy came out by MF Doom, but he was under the alias, Mad Villain for this one.
That's right.
That's right. I think that was his best performing album, actually.
Hell yeah. Eric Clapton right below that. A lot of the stuff I'm seeing here is live albums and compilations and soundtracks and things like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some new stuff.
Here's Scooby-Doo 2, Monsters Unleashed.
Let's go.
You ready for this? I'm just going to read off the bands. Simple Plan.
Uh-huh.
New Radicals, Apache Indian, Big Brothers, Fatboy Slim, Bad Manners, Ruben Studdard. He won American Idol, right? Or something close to it. Harvey Danger, 2 Unlimited, Wild Cherry, Play That Funky Music, nice. Bowling for Soup, the B-52s, and a couple others. Yeah, okay. Not as many as I thought.
Still not bad. Definitely feels very early 2000s with that list.
Yeah, we get a live one by Ringo Starr and his all-star band, Star being with 2 R's, of course.
Oh.
Radiohead.
There's also right below that is Phoenix. I know, I don't think you know who they are, but it's an indie band that I like a couple of their songs. I didn't know they were that old.
I don't know them. We do get 3 Prince albums on the same day. Yeah, that's the most Prince thing I've ever heard about.
Yeah, right? Oh, just I mean, he just
I'm
had
gonna release 3 albums on the same day.
He just
Prince,
had
that makes
so
no
much,
sense.
so much music.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Prince, I do it anyway.
Yeah, he could do whatever he wanted, I guess.
Which is kind of crazy when you think about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was obviously very successful, but he has, if you look at the percentage of successful songs compared to the percentage of songs he wrote, it's really not that successful.
Yeah, true.
He's got like 400,000 songs, and like there's like 10 that are like, you know,
Huge.
Mega famous.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that is insane. I guess that's just how prolific he was. But yeah, I mean, he's got, you know, I bet most people couldn't name 3 Prince albums, and he's got like 40.
Yeah, there's a ton
you know?
of them.
Everyone will name Purple Rain, but then where do you go from there? Like, you got to kind of know Prince pretty well to name much beyond that.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, a lot of
You're definitely not naming the
hits.
Chocolate Invasion. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he's got a lot that I haven't even dove into, and I like Prince a lot, but there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, same.
And
That's
I
what
know,
I'm saying.
I know that there's going to be a lot on those in between albums that are just, you're just going to be like, man, someone just let him kind of go off the filler.
Yeah, it's what you get when you get unchecked like power.
Yeah.
You start thinking every single thing you do is gold, and it's like, I mean, you suck sometimes too, bro. That's why we don't put out every song we've ever thought of. Like, we kind of, you know, put them through some sort of a filter, you know. And he did that too. He's got, you know, thousands, they say. Anyway, Prince deserves his own episode, which will be a long one. Janet Jackson, Aerosmith, Shakira.
That Aerosmith album, it's a cover album. I was just pulling it up to look at it to see what.
Dude, that is the best phrase I've ever heard for playing a harmonica.
Honk
it on the bobo.
Honk it on the bobo.
What you do? I honk a little bobo. You know me. What? Does that mean what I think it means? Harmonica. Oh, God. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, no, that's not what I was thinking. We do get the Los Lonely Boys, their debut. That features their single that everyone knows, Heaven.
Yep. Oh, that's
How
Heaven.
far
On
is
there.
heaven?
Yeah.
Lord, can you tell me?
That was the only song I had of theirs on my iPod.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Buckethead. 12th. Okay.
All right, moving down
The Who.
into...
All right, that's a compilation, though. Let's get into April here.
April. I see a Modest Mouse. Modest Mouse album, their 4th.
Modest Mouse is just, I mean, it's just screaming for a tribute band called Confident Mouse.
True. Needs to happen.
We need that for sure.
I think it's equally fun to come up with
or maybe
cover band
mouse.
names as it is for, like, you know, like coming up with like the cover band names is a very fun exercise.
Oh, I love it so much. Yeah, you come up with a big artist and then try to come up with their tribute name.
Oh my God.
We do that a lot in my band. You and I came up with Tram, the train tribute.
That's right.
And I love Tram, the train tribute. It's just a bunch of TRs. We also came up with the Cheap Trick tribute, and all of them will be spelled with CHs. Cheap Trick tribute.
Cheap Trick. Oh, I see. Okay.
Really funny. It's really funny when you see it written. You're like, what does that say? And then you say it out loud. You're like, oh.
Okay.
We had a little Todd Rundgren here. Johnny Cash. That's his 837th album.
Oh, he had
Sorry,
just died.
837th box set.
He just died 2 months before, I'm reading. So this is they're just releasing box sets after he passed away.
It was compiled by him and Rick Rubin. Wasp, for some reason. The Neon God Part 1, The Rise. What?
Oh, it's your boy, Joe Satriani.
Yeah, he's sick.
Is there love in space?
A little bit more confident mouse. Hey, we get Crossfade by Crossfade. That's a great album, and those
Dude,
boys
I
are
haven't
from
even
Columbia.
thought of that band. And oh no, you brought them up the other day. That's right. They had their song. I always specifically remember there were when I bought my PSP, there were 2 free music videos, and one of them was their biggest
Cold?
song. Yes, Cold. It was the music
Never
video for
meant
Cold.
to be. Where they're just in that house. Yeah.
Yep, dude. And I used to watch it all the time just because it was like one of the only 2 things on there.
That's crazy because you weren't even a divorced dad yet.
I know, it's crazy. I was just
You can't be
playing
listening
a little
to Crossfade.
Dude, I was just playing a little PlayStation on the go.
While your tears drip into the oil-soaked rag that you're using to wipe down your Harley. You can't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Really painting a picture there. There is Joe Satriani. Is There Love in Space? That's good. Sugar Cult. That's really cool. Oh yeah, that one has one of my favorite songs.
Dude, another
That
Buckethead
Satch
album? Bro, chill out.
Yeah, he literally releases like, dude, he's another guy. No filter. Just put it out. Like, who gives a shit?
Mm.
And you listen to it, and it sounds like that a lot of the time. And then sometimes there's good stuff. You know,
Let's see.
can't all be good though.
Black Label
Drowning
Society.
Pool. Okay, Drowning Pool. That's the most divorced dad. And then the album cover is just like, yeah, that makes sense.
That's a poster in their garage.
This was their first album since the death of vocalist Dave Williams. It was the only one to feature his replacement, Jason Jones. It did debut at number 17. That's probably because it came out after Bodies. And Bodies was really big.
Yeah, you always get like an extra boost on the
Like a little
Billboard
bump,
200
like, oh, what you got next?
after a good album. That next one is always like highly anticipated, so it's always higher up on the Billboard 200.
That's why it's called the sophomore slump.
Yeah, that's why if you really want to truly know an album was good, is when it debuts pretty low and then works its way up the Billboard 200. That's how an album's good, when it actually works its way up. But if it debuts really high, it only really can go down from there. So been learning that.
Yeah, it's usually, if it debuts
research.
really high, it's usually a product of hype.
Yep.
Sometimes those live up, most of the time not. We do get Franz Ferdinand's debut. That's kind of cool. Black Label Society, Hangover Music, Volume 6. That's hilarious. It's their 5th album. And actually funny, Hangover Music is their most, it's a much more mellow affair, it says, than any other Black Label Society album.
Wait, I love this.
We love Zach's acoustic stuff, so that's probably right up our alley.
I love this. Richard Cheese and Lounge Against the Machine. Love that.
Yeah. That's good. John Michael Montgomery, Letters from Home. Nice.
Queens of the Stone Age with an EP. Oh, it's a compilation. A compilation EP? That's weird.
No, it just says Complication.
Oh, Complication. Dude, I just read it so quick.
It does look like compilation at first glance. Machine Head, Hanson, Underneath. They're starting to age up a bit at this point. This is their 3rd album. That's their first release on an independent label. Nice.
Dude, D12.
Oh, nice. And it was they did a documentary about it, it says. That's cool. I'd like to see that.
Oh, sweet. Dude, D12, you remember them? Eminem's little group?
That sounds familiar, yeah.
They had the song My Band. These chicks don't even
that's
know
them?
the
I didn't
name
know
of
that.
my band. Yeah.
I thought that was just Eminem.
No, that's
I didn't know
D12. Yeah, it's not Eminem. But also had, I believe did this one have Purple Pills on it?
Did they do B12 like Boys 12 from American Dad?
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. D12.
You need a shot at B12.
Oh, nope. Okay, so I guess Purple Pills will be on their other album, which is their other big song. But that one has My Band. So
we get a Joan Jett's album called Naked.
Oh. And wouldn't you know?
She's not even naked on the cover. She's kind of naked.
She's half naked, you know.
It's blurry though, so don't rush to Google for that one. Also, it's Joan Jett, so don't rush to Google for that either. Jimmy's Chicken Shack, a restaurant, made an album.
Let's go.
Called Represent, which I assume they want to be said as represent.
That album art is not what I expected going in.
Album art's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Imagine doing everything super serious, but your name's Jimmy's Chicken Shack.
Right.
It's like, bro, you got to lean into the craziness there. What else we got? Loretta Lynn, Zero. I don't know who Zero is, but that's actually pretty funny. I didn't even realize what that meant until I said it out loud.
42nd album. goodness.
By who?
Loretta Lynn. That was her
yeah.
42nd. That's crazy.
She's been around.
All right.
Big and Rich, Horse of a Different Color. That is a crazy big album.
Oh, debut. That's debut. Lionel Richie.
I didn't realize that was their debut, but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff on
with
there.
the 7th.
Lit. We can't bring up any of these like collections or live or anything like that anymore, unless it's a famous one.
Yeah, I'm not really bringing them up.
There's too many. I just see the artist and I'm like, oh, Seven Dust. And I'm like, oh, Southside Double Wide Acoustic Live. All right, skip.
Oh, dude, Dragon Force with their 2nd album. Okay.
Nice. Third Day. That's another. Oh yeah, they're the Christian rock band. Who am I thinking of? I don't know. Seven Mary 3.
Oh, dude, it's the Lenny Kravitz album that has the Prince-looking cover. You can't look at that. Baptism.
Where is that one?
May 18th. At the top.
You're a little bit ahead of me.
Dude, you can't look at that and just not think Prince.
Oh yeah.
So
that's
Prince, dude. It would just be purple paint.
You found
instead
Glory
of red.
Catalyst. That's a good album. If you like pop punk, that's one of the good ones. Here's another 80s people still hanging on. Dokken. They're 9th in 2004. What?
Whoa. Staying alive. Fallout Boy with an EP
Fallout
DVD.
Boy EP. Yeah.
Okay.
I want to release an album in 2024 called Straight to DVD. People are like, what? What's a DVD?
There's a little bit of a run of stuff I don't really recognize. Oh, here's an Avril Lavigne album down here. Under My Skin's 2nd studio album. It's probably got some hits on it. I know her debut had a bunch of hits. Oh yeah, this one. Take Me Away. Don't Tell Me He Wasn't My Happy Ending. Nobody's Home. Fall to Pieces. Yeah, another big album. Did she ever release just a bad album? It's like I think a lot of her albums had a lot of hits on them.
I think she did pretty all right. Slipknot releases Volume 3. That's awesome. That was the one that was produced by Rick Rubin. That's the famous story where they paid him like $300,000 or something to produce it. And he only came one time to the studio and he was there for like 10 minutes and he was like, yeah, sounds good. And he left.
The mark of approval. Let's go.
We paid you $300,000 for that, dude? Like, when I heard that story, assuming it's true, I was just kind of like, fuck that.
Dude, I'm trying to be so influential that I can work for 10 minutes and get $300,000.
Yeah,
that sounds great. I show up, make it known that I'm there.
Peter Pan Speed Rock.
What? What did you just say to me? What words? Peter Pan Speed Rock. Oh, they look Irish. Oh, Dutch. My bad.
Queensryche, the art app, live again. Hey, we get Velvet Revolver Contraband. That's a huge one, at least for me.
No,
a lot of people like that one.
That is a good one. That's the debut.
We also get Gene Simmons' Asshole, so that's cool.
What?
Yeah, it's not as cool, but it's cool. My Chemical Romance. Most importantly, Chumbawamba. They're 11th somehow. Somehow Chumbawamba put out 11 albums. Who let them do this?
Dude, what a cool album titled The Empire Strikes First.
Dude, if you have 11 albums, like, you're someone's favorite band. Imagine being the person whose favorite band is Chumbawamba.
They're out there. I know 311's biggest fan.
Who's that?
It's somebody that used to work with.
Oh, just like a real guy.
Yeah, no, like he's been to see like 40 of their shows or something like that.
That's 41 too many.
He's a big fan. That's his favorite band by far.
What do we got here? No, 311's fine. I'm joking.
Yeah, they've got like 2 good
Fleetwood
songs.
Mac, Celine Dion. These are all lives.
Dude, I know.
Beastie Boys. Here we go. Their 6th studio album by the Beastie Boys. Fine. We get something.
Oh, the Killers.
Sure. The Killers. Yeah, Hot Fuss.
Oh, that's their
a great
debut.
one. I like that one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't know it until I saw the album artwork.
I didn't know that's what it was called either. I always thought that was just the Killers. I didn't even realize there was other text on it.
Yeah, that's got Mr. Brightside. Somebody told me. Yeah.
Yeah, just all of them.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's their album.
Is there anything really beyond that for the Killers? It's kind of those two, isn't it?
Yeah, they had a
maybe like half of another one.
They had a somewhat recent album, like maybe 5 years ago or something like that. That feels recent. It's so weird thinking that 2019 is almost 6 years ago, but I think it was around 2019, like right before COVID. They had a decent song come out on a newer album, but I don't know how well it did.
Ooh. Under Oath, Fish. Oh, did we get a real Fish album? Nice. They're 11th. I figured they'd be kind of more in the Grateful Dead camp where they didn't do too many studio albums, but I guess they did. And this was actually their last release before they disbanded in August 2004. It was also their final studio under Elektra, so that's cool.
Dude, that Motorhead album artwork.
What do you get when you got too much crack? Leftover Crack.
Leftover
An American punk rock band formed in 1998.
Jeez.
Well, we get their album Rock the 40 Ounce Reloaded, the compilation album for Leftover Crack. It's actually, they use the umlaut, which I assume they didn't know how to pronounce, but I think that'd be something pronounced as like left uva. Because the umlaut is like, it's like a weird, like front of the face kind of sound. I'm not an expert in it, but you wouldn't, so it'd be like Motley Crue.
Motley Crue. That's hilarious.
That'd be so funny to be the one that actually like. It's so funny that like Americans just do that, and like people in like Germany and stuff who actually use the umlaut are like, "What the fuck is this?" And we're just like, "I don't know. 2 dots are cool.
2 dots are sweet.
I'd do 3 if I could."
And how does it change the sounding of the O?
I'm not an expert, but it makes the O like a like a UUH kind of sound.
Leftover Crack.
Be like,
Leftover Crack.
Motorhead.
I was just about to say Motorhead.
You'd have to get a real German to do it. We do get Motorhead's Inferno though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that album.
That's their 17th.
Yeah, I was saying, Look at that album artwork, dude. It looks like the Belrog, man.
Looks like a tattoo I'd get. Lit by Lit.
Lit by Lit.
It's their 4th. Edo McCain's Scream and Whisper.
Scorpions with a random just hidden album release in the early 2000s. Okay.
Unbreakable. Okay, cool. Like Can't Break Us and our insatiable need for naked women on our album covers. We get another John Frusciante, Will to Death. He's just shitting them out in the 2000s. This album actually did reach number 36 on the top independent album charts. That's cool.
Good job, John. Woo. Oh,
Lil Wayne, The Carter.
Hey,
huge.
That's another big one.
Huge. Actually, wait. The Carter 3 was the big one.
The
right?
Carter 3 was the big one, but all the Carters were successful. So,
Betray You, The Curse. I remember that one.
Yeah, this is
Bleeding Mascara, dude. That was one of the songs that was like on an iPod I had that I listened to or something. I don't remember.
There's been a lot of rap and R&B.
Dude, I did not know.
Year.
Chris Robinson, Black Crowes singer. I didn't realize he has a couple solo albums, and his second one came out here in June.
Well,
I didn't know that. We're gonna have to add those. It's probably pretty weird, to be honest, knowing him, but
still worth a shot, worth a listen.
Like where I like the Black Crowes because they kind of sound like I don't know how to describe them. I mean, they're rock for sure, but they sound kind of like a lighter Guns N' Roses, kind of Stonesy, Zeppelin-y. But Chris himself is more influenced by like Grateful Dead and like that side of things, which is not what interests me about their sound, even though that element's in there.
Yeah.
So when you start taking apart the Black Crowes and you get more of that like Grateful Dead stuff, it's like don't usually tend to be as much of a fan as that as I do of just the Black Crowes in general. Early Black Crowes, they kind of lost it for sure. Uncle Kracker, everybody's favorite uncle.
This is Akon's debut, by the way, right under that. Trouble,
CH.
All right, July through September.
Let's roll. Beanie Man. One of my top 3 albums of all time. That's A Cinderella Story, the original soundtrack, the album with Hilary Duff.
Oh.
One of my other, that's probably number 3. Number 4 would actually probably be Humanure by Cattle Decapitation.
Yeah, I remember you loving that as a kid. Oh God, that album artwork.
Love it. Yeah, it's great, right?
Yeah, just exactly what I wanted to look at.
And I know what you're thinking. Hilary Duff wasn't involved in this one.
She wasn't?
She had nothing to do with the making of that one.
That's actually pretty shocking.
Whoa, Hawk Nelson? Oh. What am I thinking of? There's another band with Hawk in it that I like. I do know Hawk Nelson,
dude, there's a pretty cool album that we used to listen to on here.
Jimmy Buffett. Nice.
A little
25th.
License to Chill. Nice. That's funny. Instead of the License to Ill. Dude.
You're referring to Adam Sandler's Shh, Don't Tell.
That is exactly what I'm referring to.
That's his 5th. So good.
Phenomenal album. It's a lot of just comedy bits.
Honestly, a lot of his stuff. And his newer stuff too. Great stuff. Good music, good writing, good playing, singing. He's
very
pretty talented
guy.
in a few ways. You like beyond comedy. Like he's not a bad singer and he's not a bad guitar player. Oh, Van Halen, The Best of Both Worlds. This is the album that I had. It's their double cover, or not cover, but greatest hits thing.
That's right. This is the one with the red, the white, black like lines all over. That's I
right.
always know that logo, and I'm like, I just always forget that it's a greatest hits album that's from.
Well, he had done. It's from his guitar. He had done that design on his guitar, and that was he did it with tape and then paint and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. But all right, I'm down here in the purple now. Jimmy Eat World Firestarter. They've released 10 albums. Wow.
God, there's so many that I'm like gonna mention, and then I see it's a live or a compilation album, like you were saying. Like tons
Chili
of them.
Peppers.
Wait, is this a debut by? It is Pitbull's debut, Miami.
That's what I was just looking at.
There's been a lot of
Tupac Live.
Good debuts in this year.
Yep.
Maybe not for our taste, but just if we're looking at it as a whole, there's been a lot of big debuts this year.
Poor Steven Stills, because here comes an album just called Crosby and Nash.
Unfortunately.
Like, you know what? Don't like you singing the highs anymore. We're going to do it.
Kicked out.
And they kicked out Neil Young too, I guess, but that's, who wouldn't? The Essential Red Collection from Sammy Hagar compilation. Kids Bop 6. Nice.
The Red Collection? It would be called that.
Oh, one of my favorite albums, One Day Remains by Alter Bridge, their debut. Alter Bridge, for anyone that doesn't know, is basically Creed after Creed. So they just got Miles Kennedy on vocals, who at the time was relatively unknown, but is now obviously very famous. And so it's just awesome. If you like Creed but like heavier, and then Miles Kennedy singing, you'll like Alter Bridge. And at this point, everybody knows Alter Bridge, but that album has a ton of really cool riffs.
I am moving along. R. Kelly with an album. I guess he still had. I don't know when he went into legal trouble, but I guess he's still releasing music. Sister Hazel, Lift. Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Saliva, Survival of the Sickest.
Tim McGraw with an album right after that. His 8th. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that's a Boyz II Men with a cover album. Interesting.
Oh, here's Rich Robinson from the Black Crowes putting out an album.
Lamb of God. 4th album. Asia releasing stuff still. LL Cool J.
Mraz.
Oh, Jason. What album would it be of his?
It was like a live one.
Oh, okay.
Didn't realize till after.
How dare you bring it up?
I know. Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake. That's awesome. That's one of their really, really good ones.
Oh, dude, that Mastodon album cover. Phenomenal.
Leviathan?
I love that.
Yeah, that's a sick album.
That is sweet looking.
That band is really good. Kansas, but it's a collection.
I can't wait to dive into
Kenny
Kansas.
G. The Romance of Kenny G.
The G.
Dark Throne, Sardonic Wrath. I don't know the album, but the album art, I had an idea what it looked like, and I was dead on. Can't even explain how I was dead on, but I was dead on.
Dio releasing his 10th. Go Dio,
Natasha
man.
Bedingfield releasing her debut with that song Unwritten. That's a really big song.
Oh, the Black Keys, 3rd studio.
Oh yeah, they've been going for a minute.
Oh, that's a compilation album there by Macy Gray, Alan Jackson. 12.
What else we got here? More John Frusciante. That's his 3rd this year. Bowling for Soup, A Hangover You Don't Deserve. This is a cool one. It has 1985 on it as well.
That's my favorite song by them. Nice.
And that's the same band that does Stacy's Mom, right? Or is that a different band? No, that's a different
band.
What is that band called? That's the one where the guy's dead, and I cannot remember his name, and it makes me sad because they're really good.
I cannot remember the name of that band. You'll have to look that one up real quick. Sorry. Nelly did a double album release.
Fountains of Wayne. Yes.
Fountains of Wayne. Okay. Nelly with a double release called Sweat and Suit.
Oh, dude. Green Day's American Idiot.
Oh, really? Did I look over it, or am I just not down there yet?
I don't know where you are. But I'm at Green Day's American Idiot.
I don't know where I'm at either.
It's the biggest album I think we've talked about so far.
Oh, I see. I'm at it now. Oh, man. That album is a 5 out of 5 for nostalgia. For me.
Yeah.
If we're talking our ratings.
100%. You're right. And I as much as I don't like Green Day for how they are as people, at least it seems to me, that album is good on a lot of different levels.
Yeah, that's the one you always say their drums
number one for me
great.
being the mix.
Yeah, I was gonna say you always talk about how well the drums sound.
That's Chris Lord Alge mixing that one, and they're the best sounding drums I think I've ever heard.
Moving up.
What else we got? There's really not a lot. Scissor Sisters, nice. Raven Simone. Cool.
She had an album, 3rd studio album. Oh. Guess she was
Get the very first release from Bring Me the Horizon. It's a bit early for them.
Oh God,
they don't get big until way later, and they're still getting bigger today. But yeah, their first album, that's crazy. Their first EP.
Europe released another album. Interesting. All right. Jesse McCartney, Beautiful Soul. That's his debut.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. You know that song, right?
Yeah. Wait,
I love that guitar lick. Rascal Flatts. Nice. Wow, that album's 5 times platinum. That's pretty cool.
Which one?
Hilary Duff.
Oh,
Hilary
Feels
Duff.
Like Today.
Yeah, what's on that album?
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Track list.
Bless the Broken Road.
Gotcha.
That's the big one. Yeah, peaked at number 1 in the U.S. Billboard 200 and Top Country albums. Wow.
I'm familiar with that Hilary Duff album, actually, or at least the cover of it for some reason.
When you have a slightly younger sister, you know all the Hilary Duff.
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, do I know it from your sister? Like seeing it at your house?
Maybe.
Probably.
Or do you just love Hilary Duff?
Hey. Yes.
The Used, that's a sick album. In Love and Death, that's probably their best one.
Real quick before we finish through October, December, this year's making a pretty good name for itself.
This year's got a few big bangers.
Yeah, and it's got a lot of good debuts.
Here in October, Confessions is already releasing a special edition, Usher. Special edition of Confessions.
Ooh.
So I don't know, man. I think this year might take it. Now, granted, it's been a minute since we've done it. I don't remember how strong 2002 actually was, but I don't care. We're going to go with how we feel now. I'm feeling like, another banger or even a few little bangers. 2004 might take it.
Yeah, I got to see how they close out. Oh, Good Charlotte. We remember that. That's their 3rd album. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that one though.
Yeah.
You get Korn's greatest hits. That means nothing.
Dream
Theater Live, nothing.
How do I know Fatboy
Just a bunch of
Slim?
compilations, dude. We
Ooh.
get Trans-Siberian Orchestra's Lost Christmas Eve. That's kind of a Christmas staple for a lot of people.
Oh, is this the one I think it is? Nope. No, not at all.
Now, if this doesn't sway your mind, nothing's gonna. And that's Pig Destroyer, and the album's Terrifier.
We have a winner. Pig Destroyer.
Cool cover. They're grindcore. That's hilarious.
Obviously,
You're gonna wanna listen to that.
vegans can't listen to that album.
Yeah, you're going to want to listen to that if you've never heard grindcore. Sum 41.
Chuck. What? Let's see. Oh, well. You ever click on the album to go look at the track listing, and like the more blue links on the left, the better the album usually?
Yep.
This one has is it Pieces that we know from that one, or Audibly?
I don't know any of these.
I don't know if I know them by the name of the song, but I'm sure if we played all three, I'd heard one at least once. Oh, dude, is this? This is no. I was gonna say here's Trans-Siberian Orchestra Christmas album. I don't know if it's the Christmas album, but
yeah, it is.
It is. Okay,
yeah.
That's a big one.
Celine Dion Miracle. That is disturbing.
Oh. Yeah, don't do that again, please.
Interesting.
I gotta look at the cover of this
Crash
Pig
Test
Destroyer
Dummies.
album. Oh. Ugh. No, thank you.
Yeah, it did look great.
Oh, dude, it's this Guy Sebastian. He's like a judge on The Voice, I think, or he was. Something like that.
John Mayer, As Is, Jimmy Eat World Futures, Brooks and Dunn.
That's a compilation.
ISIS, one of my top favorite bands and top favorite organizations.
Jeez.
Jokes,
yeah.
Rod Stewart. Covers album. Cool. Why?
Thanks, Guy.
One of Def Leppard's best of, not the one that I know. They have like 30 different like greatest hits. They probably have more greatest hits than albums, to be honest.
Oh, dude. Willie Nelson's 52nd studio album.
Get back to work, Willie. Get out of here.
Oh, what the
Don't
hell?
Even look at me, TF55.
Hall & Oates with an album, too. Out of nowhere. 17th studio album.
17th.
Goodness.
How about, and speaking of Hall & Oates, Trick Daddy. Thug Matrimony. Married to the Streets.
Classic.
That's badass. Jay-Z and R. Kelly. Wow.
Unfinished Business. Okay, their final collaboration album.
Name it different. It's going to be used against you in court. Name it different. John Lennon Acoustic.
Kings of Leon's second album. I forgot they were a
Came
band.
back from the dead. Oh, we get that Train album we love so much. Alive at Last, their live album.
Oh, dude, that is a live album you are allowed to bring up here.
That's one of the best live albums I've heard. Maybe I like it the most, but it's just so good.
Yeah, it speaks volumes when you actively listen to some of the live songs over the recorded ones, which is the case for a couple of their songs from that album.
And there's some songs on that album that are not on any other albums.
Oh, that's true. What is it?
Landmine.
Landmine, that's right.
Reliant K release which is actually I think their biggest one, and it is pretty damn good, to be fair.
Let's see. Oh, dude, so many compilation albums. Wish they would get out of here.
Yeah, we're gonna have to speed this along.
Yeah, I know. Well, Elton John with 27th.
Peachtree Road, nice. Yeah, I didn't know he had that many either.
Yeah, that's.
Eminem releases Encore. That's big.
Oh, that is a big one. Yep.
Yeah.
I think everything he released in the early 2000s was somewhat big.
I think you're right too.
That had Just Lose It, Mockingbird, Toy Soldier.
So on the same day, we get the Beatles, the Capitol albums, Volume 1, and Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, Crunk Juice.
Oh, yeah. Big
So
day in
that's as
music.
far as the music spectrum goes in both ways.
Oh, this is the 5th and final Destiny's Child album. I assume
Okay. Clay Aiken.
before Beyonce truly just goes solo.
Oh, we get the Pearl Jam Greatest Hits, which is the one that I always grew up with, so that's interesting.
Oh,
Creed Greatest Hits as well. A lot of Greatest Hits this year.
ooh.
U2, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. Don't listen to them if you actually want to try to do that. I'm sure they don't know what they're doing. Goo Goo Dolls. Nah, live. Get out of here.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Gwen Stefani's debut.
Yeah, I see that. That's a big one. That is another nostalgic artwork. Or art
Snoop Dogg, but it's
album
his
cover.
7th. Ludacris, his 5th. John Frusciante and Josh Klinghoffer did an album. That's now John's 4th this year. Josh Klinghoffer's the guy that replaced him for a little while.
Oh, dude, that Kelly Clarkson, her 2nd album, Breakaway. That one had some big songs on it too, if I remember
that's huge.
correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her first couple albums were all big.
She looks so like seen in that.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Do 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 do. The ocean. I'm not familiar. All right, I think that does it for this one. For this year. Oh, John Legend? Debut John Legend album sneaking in there at the very end of the year.
Nice.
That one,
all right,
that one
over?
I think has Ordinary People on it. It does. It's a great song. Yep. Next year that we are going to have to move quickly.
We do get Tupac's 9th. It's his 5th posthumous. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And Exhibit. Exhibit's dope.
Hey.
All right. We're officially moving over into 2005. 2004 was strong. Do we think it beat 2002?
I think so. I might have to go back.
I'm going to say yes.
Before our next episode, I'll go back and look at 2002 again and compare it. But I do think 2004 has got a very strong case to be leading right now.
All right. Let's see if 2005 can hold a candle to 2004. This time we're going to try to skip greatest hits, compilations, lives, things like that. Try to get to the meat of the situation, which to be honest, there really aren't that many, heavy hitting albums of all time. So they're rarer, but we'll mention the bigger artists and then the bigger albums that we see. So let's get started here. First album release is Old Dirty Bastard, Osiris. Spelled Osiris wrong. And then your brother right here, Cass McCombs.
Yeah, it's always weird seeing my last name because I don't think it's super common, but I see it every now and again.
You should see if he's related somehow.
Yeah, I see a Glenn Hughes album down here, January 24th, Soul Mover.
Oh, that's one of the good ones.
Oh,
he's got two or three really good ones. He's got a lot of albums. Bright Eyes. Okay. Kenny Chesney, Leanne Rimes, Plain White Tees, Spock's Beard. They have some cool stuff. They're a weird like progressive band. I think Daryl showed me them, but they have some really cool stuff.
Plain White Tees. That's their 3rd. I didn't even remember seeing their first 2. But
dude, John Frusciante again. He's releasing an album like every 3 months.
Bro, chill out, dude.
This is his 7th. When we started the year before this, it was like his 3rd. Motley Crue, Red, White, and Crew.
It's a compilation.
There's no way that can be good, right?
Yeah, it's a compilation. Their
is
8th,
it?
Yep, 8th compilation album. How crazy is that?
It didn't say that anywhere until I hovered over it. Yeah, that's it's not good, guys.
3 Doors Down.
3 Doors.
Yeah.
17 Days. This is one of the big ones. Yeah. I recognize that art.
Let's see. What did I just hover over? I'm confused. Ooh, Michael Bublé. It's Time. 4th studio album. I wonder what's on this one. Or if I'll recognize anything. Jeez, every song on it is blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Feeling good. Oh, this has Feeling Good on it, which is probably one of his best. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. That song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's that one. It's like that's like his biggest song
like,
outside of his Christmas stuff.
Looks like it's all covers too.
There are a lot of covers in there. That one's
it's all covers.
That one's a big album of his though. So
yeah, that's probably why they're all highlighted those because they're all famous covers.
That's one way to do it.
All right. Home. That's an original. At least that he wrote on.
There's one.
Some of these could be other originals that other people wrote that sold to him or something. I don't know, but he doesn't strike me as much of a writer, more of a singer and performer.
Yeah, I think that is more his wheelhouse.
Because his biggest stuff is like the Christmas stuff, and then, I guess some of these covers. But then I Just Haven't Met You Yet. That's him, right?
Yep. That's another one of his bigger songs.
I think that's an original. I don't know if he wrote it, but. All right, moving on. The Mars Volta. I've always wanted to listen to them more. Never have. They're a pretty weird band from what I understand.
Oh, dude, on the same day, we got a J-Lo album and Judas Priest album.
Nice. The big two.
The big
The big two of music.
They had a shared listening party, obviously.
Also, both married to Ben Affleck.
It'd be good. Oh, dude, Jack Johnson's In Between Dreams. It's probably his best album.
Cool.
Yep. The Mellow Man.
Steve Vai.
Oh, dude, 50 Cent's second album. Gotta love that album
Massacre.
artwork, bro.
Dude, yeah. He just sent him a picture of his face. It was like, maybe the jackedest you've ever seen.
He actually kind of looks like that. Unironically, he's like one of those dudes that actually stayed in really good shape a lot. I don't know about now, but
that's badass.
At the time, dude, he was quite cut. Black Label Society again with a 6th album.
Mafia, that's a really good one. A lot of good stuff on that one. Marcus Miller, one of the best bass players ever.
Yep, the album artwork definitely just screams bass player or jazz musician more than anything.
Yep.
Oh, Al Green, what's he? Is this a compilation album? 28th studio album? Damn. I didn't know he was writing stuff so late. That's crazy. Ooh, a big one from Daft Punk, Human After All. Love me some Daft Punk.
Oh, nice. Miranda Lambert.
Kerosene.
That is her debut, actually. Yep. Wow.
That is. Yeah, I was just hovering. I was like, man, she looks kind of young on that album. And
Trivium
that's why.
second, Paradise Lost. Nice. Billy Idol, Devil's Playground.
Only his
The Decemberists
6th?
again. They just released one last year. These bands that release albums every year is pretty crazy. Oh, hey, we got Lifehouse third album, and if you look at the cover, you'll know it. It's got the song You and Me on it, which we liked. And that's the only one. I guess their other hit was on a different album.
Yeah, that one looks familiar for sure. Beck. Ghetto. What else we got? Will Smith. Okay. His 4th. All right. That's his latest. Okay. That's like, it doesn't say 4th and final. It just says latest to date. So I guess if there's going to be a return of Will Smith, 4th and. Yeah, I guess
he's going to come back with some nice clean rap in just a couple years.
Yep.
Theory of a Dead Man. Is there a more butt rock band than Theory of a Dead Man? I don't know. What would be the consummate butt rock band? We'll have to come back to that question another day. Natalie Imbruglia. Counting Down the Days. I feel like that has a song I know off of it. Shiver, maybe?
Sounds like a song I would know, but... Ooh, Rob Thomas. A debut solo album. Something to
That's
be.
awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even know he had a solo album. That's cool.
Yeah, this one has my favorite song by him on it. Probably my favorite song he's ever done. It's called Street Corner Symphony, I believe.
I'm sure I've heard some stuff on it. I'm sure he had some of those songs hit the radio. So
Yeah, that song is just absolutely amazing. If that's the one I'm thinking of, and I believe it is.
wow, it's so crazy to think in 2005 Mariah Carey has her 10th studio album coming out. I didn't know
The
she had so much
Emancipation of
music
Mimi.
written by then.
She's got to be kind of insufferable in real life, huh?
She definitely gives off that vibe in interviews and stuff.
I hope she's not, but I just feel like she definitely is. How could she not be?
Man, I'm not seeing a ton. Robert Plant and the Strange Sensation.
No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not either. Ben Folds, I mean, he's great, but
Bruce
Springsteen, Devils and Dust.
With his 13th. Yep.
Family Guy Live in Vegas. That's cool.
Hey.
Russell Allen has a solo album. I didn't know that.
Limp Bizkit, The Unquestionable Truth is an EP. Oh, okay.
Fall Out Boy from Under the Cork Tree.
That's their
Joe Perry.
second.
Oh, we get Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith motion picture soundtrack.
Let's go.
That's got some good stuff. Da 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 da. Dave Matthews Stand Up. That's a cool one. One of his biggest. And Dierks Bentley. Modern Day Drifter.
That's right. I forgot about him.
No way you're playing anything other than country if your name's Dierks
Dude,
Bentley.
it's John Cena's album, You Can't See Me. I didn't know it came out this year. That's crazy. Have you heard him rap before?
I have not.
It's worth a listen.
I'll have to check that out. Van Zant, Weezer, Make Believe. Is this one of the? Oh, hey, one of the biggest ones that you love. We get Gorillaz Demon Days.
Oh, dude, that is a huge album. Probably not enough to just win this year, but that is a big album for sure.
Really big, really big. We also get Catch 33 by Meshuggah. The Rocket Summer.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Good Friend. That's a good one.
Is it the debut that we're super familiar with?
I'll find out. That's another band where it's just one guy.
Yep. Right below that is System of a Down with their 4th studio album. And then Toby Keith, okay, with his 9th.
Oh, it's Do You Feel is the one that we liked, and that is his 3rd.
Okay, so it's the next one.
Yeah, System of a Down, Mesmerize, I think you said that.
Audio Slave,
Out of Exile. That's their 2nd. Honestly, their 1st was amazing, and it kind of goes downhill from there. Still good, but
their 1st one is just
they never get as close to that 1st one again. Yeah,
they just set the bar so high on that 1st album.
So good. Slater Kinney, Black Eyed Peas, Monkey Business.
Oh, really? Nice.
Oasis, Don't Believe the Truth. That's kind of a funny title. I like that.
That is a big one. All right. Shakira.
Oh, dude, Avenged Sevenfold. Shitty of Evil is what I almost said. City of Evil.
Oh, that's another big one.
Just a masterpiece. And right below it, Coldplay X and Y.
What's on that one that I know?
That's one of their big ones.
That is a big one. Fix You, Talk, Speed, Sound, Hardest Part. Okay, that is a good one.
Like a moderately big one.
Yeah. Dream Theater, Octavarium, their 8th. I feel like I recognize that
Yeah, there's
one.
some cool stuff on that one. It doesn't have a lot of tracks on it, but it's a pretty long album. The song Octavarium is like 24 minutes long. That's crazy.
That's why I know it. I think Nick likes that album a lot.
It is a really good song. Like when you see songs of that length, you got to think of them as like multiple songs in one.
Put together that are meant to be listened to at once.
That's how I think they're writing them as well. So, the White Stripes, Get Behind Me, Satan.
That has Blue Orchid, My Doorbell. Yeah, some big songs on that
Blue Orchid was one of the first songs I ever learned on guitar.
Yep.
Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill, but acoustic. I was going to say, Jagged Little Pill was massive. We've already seen that one come by. Backstreet Boys, Never Gone. Yeah. They're done. They're done at this point.
Yep. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor. Fifth album by them.
Wow, 5th already.
Ooh, Jamiroquai, Dynamite.
Yep.
Oh wait,
Yep.
based on that album artwork. Oh, never mind.
Why
I
is
thought
my
it was
dog
something
going
else.
crazy? What is going on down there?
I broke into your house, but I'm also still at
Ah,
home recording at the same time.
you have your laptop and everything still, headphones on, everything while
Yeah,
you're
just
breaking in.
walking around. Yeah.
Just bouncing a keyboard and stuff. To that end, we're in June. We gotta speed this up just a little bit. I got about 10 minutes before I have to leave my house.
Oh, that is true. All right.
We got Clutch, Dropkick Murphys. Are you seeing anything so far that, I mean, there's a few Gorillas and stuff. I'm not seeing anything that's swaying me
Yeah,
to
nothing
think it's
yet.
bigger than 2004 though. Well, City of Evil, I mean, but that's kind of a personal one. It's not like a, I mean, it did kind of change rock and metal. That album definitely did change those genres.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
not
pivotal
seeing
album.
anything big necessarily yet.
Alice Cooper.
Here's an
I mean,
All American
July 4th.
Rejects album.
Move Along. That's a huge one. Yeah.
Oh, that's off that album? Okay. Yeah, that's their second.
Slim Thug as opposed to Fat Thug
Uh,
and Jacked Thug, and basically any adjective you could think of, and then Thug after it.
Jason Aldean's debut.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Jason Mraz with another album right below that. Paramore with their debut as well. And
Ooh.
Nevermore 6th. Yingwei Malmsteen. Okay, his 15th.
I like that Nevermore album. Yeah, Yngwie. The album art was just so bad. Hootie and the Blowfish Looking for Lucky. That's not. That's not.
If it's not
worth
their
bringing up.
debut album,
Stained.
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Chapter 5 again. Oh, here's Steven Stills, Man Alive. He comes back with his own album. Every song's just like fuck Crosby and fuck Nash. I'm also obviously making all this up. I don't know.
That would be hilarious.
Just left because he wanted to. Tommy Lee released his second solo album. That's pretty cool.
There's a Brad Paisley album.
I see that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Striper. Interesting. Trying to move quick, but also not miss anything worth bringing up.
Striper. We played a gig with them. Actually, they were on the Kiss cruise. So we were there with them for a week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're pretty funny looking dudes.
Journey with an album.
Generations. Who was the singer on this one? Steve Augeri. Yeah.
Oh, dude, Rihanna's debut.
Great singer.
Music of the Sun.
Yeah, as much as I'm not a Rihanna fan, she definitely had a whole bunch of number ones. Death Cab for Cutie. Plans. Protest the Hero, Kazaya. That's a really cool album.
Kanye
Is that
West
their
with his
first?
second.
Wow. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, 30 Seconds to Mars, A Beautiful Lie. That's a big one, right?
I believe
I don't remember.
so.
Or in September now with Shaggy, Clothes Drop.
Yep,
Oh,
that's
Between the
his
Buried and Me
seventh.
release Alaska. I saw them on that tour, I think. No, it had to have been after that. I saw them probably in 2010.
Paul McCartney. Blues Traveler. Penny is Upset. Her bark is so
she's
deep now,
barking
dude.
at something.
Yeah, her bark is so
She has
deep.
a bunch of different barks. Her whiny, screamy bark is the highest pitch thing you've ever heard. And then when someone like startles her at night in the dark, it's like a. You're like, all right, well, at least you
Where'd
can
that
do
come
that when we
from?
need you to. Yeah, it's like Jesus. You think she was like 3 times her size?
Oh, Trap's
Blues
third
Traveler.
album.
Bastardos.
Tracy Chapman, Switchfoot.
Dude, The Fray, How to Save a Life. That's their debut. That's huge.
Nice.
Not enough, though. But if that's not enough, how about the debut album for the Pussycat Dolls?
Woo!
Switchfoot. Trapped. Come on now. Yes. Children of Bodom, Are You Dead Yet? Yeah, that's a cool one. I need to listen to them. I haven't listened to them in a long time. Oh, Coheed and Cambria. We get that Coheed album that we were jamming to the other day. That's their third album. It has the number 4 in the title. But yeah, that's such a good one. Disturbed, 10,000 Fists. Okay, there's actually some big stuff here. I realize that it's kind of all in the rock vein, but there's other stuff too. Gretchen Wilson, All Jacked Up. Cool. Hinder, Extreme Behavior. That's Lips of an Angel and all that.
We got Panic at the Disco's debut.
Their debut. That's cool. Rick Ocasek. He's the guitarist from the Cars. He died a few years ago. That brings us into October. Chris Cagle. Don't know why I said that. Flyleaf. That's their debut. Nice. Oh, Nickelback, All the Right Reasons. That album was absolutely massive.
Oh, yep, I see.
Absolutely massive album.
That Photograph, nice. And Rockstar. That was that album.
Yeah.
That's about when the joke started.
After that. They became the biggest band, and then like anyone who does, it'll happen to Taylor Swift soon, I'm sure. They end up getting, ridiculed, made fun of, and hated at some point because they've been big too long. So we'll see. It happens to everybody that gets big and stays big too long or gets too big too fast. Taylor Swift might be safe because she's been at kind of a slow climb. What do we got? Dolly Parton. This is her 41st.
Goodness.
Have you not said it yet, Dolly? What could you possibly have left to say? You've said every word in the English language across 41 albums. And this is 2005. And then there's Seven Dust, Okay.
Yeah, I got a big stretch of stuff that I just don't really recognize.
Come on, you don't know Black Rob?
Yeah, my bad.
The Black Rob Report. How about Blockhead?
But even the couple that I do know are like live albums and stuff. So I'm trying to find something that's new and not
Robbie Williams.
Reused.
Robbie Williams is interesting. Massive, massive guy from the UK. Ask anyone in the US about him. Nobody's heard of him. It is the craziest thing I've ever witnessed.
Gotta love that.
Have you heard of Robbie Williams?
Nope.
Yeah, he was like one of the biggest. He's like a George Michael level guy.
Just over there.
In the UK, everyone knows him. And he's got massive songs that are damn near like the national anthem of the UK. And as soon as you come over here, ask anyone of any age, they've never heard of him. It's so crazy that that's possible. We get Buckethead and Friends, Enter the Chicken. That's actually one of the really cool ones. Enter the Chicken, Wolfmother, is that their debut? Nice, it is. Dude, that art. Come on now. On Halloween, look at that art. You're going to love that.
Oh, that's sick.
That is straight up art. That is not anything other than that.
Yeah, it's just...
Ozzy Osbourne, Slipknot, Third Day, Trey Anastasio from, I guess, Fish is Over now, so he's released that.
Kenny Chesney.
August Burns Red, Thrill Seeker, that's a cool one. Reliant K, Sepultura, or I guess it's Sepultura, I don't know.
Oh, Carrie Underwood debut. Again.
Oh, nice.
That's a good one. Some Hearts.
Green Day, Bullet in a Bible. Oh, it's a live album.
Britney
Scott
Spears.
Stapp releases his. So, hey, we get System of a Down,
remix.
Hypnotize.
Oh, nice.
Dave Matthews Band with it is a live album, but it's a really good one. Weekend on the Rocks.
Chris Brown debut. It's a big one.
Korn, See You on the Other Side. That's a really big one. And Lil Wayne the Carter 2 on the same day, actually. And T-Pain's debut.
Okay. That's a nice little stretch, honestly.
That is pretty good.
Oh, this is hard,
Jamie
man.
Foxx, Unpredictable. We end the album with Dragon Force and the Strokes, or end the year, sorry. So that's pretty good.
Ugh.
Pretty good. I think 2004 takes it. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, I think it barely edges it out, but 2005 was pretty strong.
It had some bangers for sure, but I think 2004 is pretty strong.
I agree.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and call it there. I know we had to kind of rush through the last couple months, but I'm confident we didn't miss anything. We hit all the big money makers there. So that'll do it. We'll join you guys next week for another deep dive, and then the week after that, we'll be back for part 4, and I believe we'll have, we'll have one more part after that, won't we?
Yep. 2 more parts because there's so much music released during this time.
2 more parts. So anyway, we're approaching the holidays, so happy holidays to everybody, and we'll catch you guys next week. Yeah. Anything else to add, Ashton?
Nope. Merry Christmas and peace.
Yeah, that's right. I believe this one drops on Christmas Eve, so we'll see you guys after Christmas.